Being a content creator is definitely an unconventional job. Now, doing this full-time is on a whole different level. I tried my best to cover all of my tracks before quitting my job to becoming a full-time content creator. However, there are still a lot of things I wish I knew before becoming a full-time content creator. So let's talk about them. Let's unpack. Hey everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, welcome. I hope you stick around by subscribing below and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy watching. I've been a full-time content creator for a little over 6 months now. It's been way more than that since I quit my job, but I mentally started to identify myself as a full-time content creator this year, January 2024. However, before then, I've been creating content on social media for over 5 years now. It's actually my 6th year, but I became full-time this year, 2024. So before quitting my job, I did have a lot of knowledge about content creation, and I tried to plan some things ahead of time. Now, so what are those things that I prepared for before quitting my job? Then we'll talk about those things I wish I had known, or which things I wish I knew earlier before becoming a full-time creator. So the first thing I prepared for was definitely my finances. I did not want any surprises. I didn't want to be dependent on any sources of income or any brand deals, so I made sure to save and plan ahead. The second thing I did was also getting coaching and mentorship. I have mentioned here before that I did the 5 months creator accelerator program that helped me learn to be a better content creator. I also did a travel mentorship program as well that helped me learn more about being a travel creator. Next, I booked consultation with full-time content creators to hear from them, see what they do, where they make money from, and just have a chat with them to learn more about being a full-time creator. Then lastly, I already had a clearly defined niche before quitting my job, so I knew that my content was going to be about finance, business, and travel. So despite knowing all of these things and preparing for them, there are still things I wish I knew. Let's unpack. The first one that I never ever thought would happen is low motivation. This might come to you as a shocker, but honestly speaking, before quitting, I had a whole bank of content I wanted to film. I had a lot of ideas and things I want to do. Yes, I still have those ideas, but I did not know that I would be struggling with motivation to work on them. Let me tell you something that we don't know. Your 9-to-5 job gives you a whole lot of structure that you do not appreciate. Honestly speaking, knowing that you wake up at 9 a.m. or you wake up earlier to start your job at 9 to 5, your boss assigns a task to you, or even if they don't, you just know your routine and know all the things you need to do every single day. But in this space as a content creator, you are the one defining what you want to do. It's pretty much like being an entrepreneur, where you are the one choosing what you need to do and planning your to-dos or day-to-day tasks. However, there are days where you just don't feel doing anything, which is granted. If you are doing a full-time job, you will show up regardless. But when you're doing content creation, there'll be days that you just feel like, I don't really want to film today, and because you are your own boss at this point in time, you decide to let it go. Other times you want to film, but you just don't have the motivation for days, and now you just sit down there saying, okay, yeah, I'm going to do it later, I'm going to do it later, I'm going to do it later. The way you are doing that, one, you know you need to show up consistently with your audience, because if your audience don't see you every time, they'll forget you and move on to the next creator. So you cannot just decide to show up whenever you like or whenever you feel like, because you don't know how long it's going to take for you to not get that motivation. So sometimes you would have to battle with that motivation to get yourself together and show up regardless of how you feel. And for me, before doing this full-time, if I'm not feeling up to it, I just let it go and decide that I'll do that later or whenever I feel like. But now that this is my actual job, I can't stay for too long without getting myself together and deciding, oh yeah, I have to film today. Either I like it or not, I have to film today. And sometimes the audience might know as well. They might feel it that you are not really giving your best energy, or you are not into the video, but you really have to show up. You just can't not show up. So this is something that I never thought I would battle with, and I'm someone that I take pride in being highly motivated, but I didn't know that this is something that you struggle with as a full-time creator. The next part, this one is a table that I am going to shake, is networking. Ooh, not just networking, a lot of ass licking in this industry. The content creation industry is an industry of relationships, and I as a person actually know the importance of networking, right? So even outside of content creation, in your career, your profession, even as an individual, your network is your net worth, and you want to make sure you have high quality people within your circle. However, in the content creation industry, it's on a whole different level. Like now you have to be more strategic in the connections you are building, and I take pride in being a very authentic person. You know, there are times that you go out there, you go to events, you are forced to actually network and build relationships, and sometimes people are not just there for the sake of just meeting other people. They are there with motive, like they're there with intention, trying to be strategic. You always have to have your elevator speech, your line, what you're going to say to capture people in. And I'm this kind of person that sometimes I can be really, really introverted. I like to just observe before like being all chatty and all that with people. So for someone like me, I have to get out of my comfort zone to start having conversations with people by all means, and trying to sell yourself basically. That's not really the kind of person I am. I'm someone that I like to just build relationship, then offer value wherever I can, and hopefully I can get value back in return. But now you are out with people that are literally there trying to latch on you, or people that are there trying to just make sure that the relationship or the conversations that they are having is something that is going to, they'll get something from. So if they feel like you are not really someone that would offer something to them, then they just hop and leave, which I understand, like I get it, right? But like, can people be more like careful with these things? Because like, I don't know, there's just so much to say about this, and I know people move in cliques in this industry. They have like cliques and connections and friends groups and all of that. I don't have all of that, and this space, it can make this space very, very lonely. I know other content creators that we are friends, we are in different groups and all that, but then there's like another different level of people that they are like cliques. Okay guys, Editing Bisola here. So I wanted to add that I'm not saying that creators should not have their own close friends or inner circle. I'm just saying that the idea that a lot of people judge people based off of their follower counts. You know, when you go out to these events, you try to connect with people and you're trying to exchange Instagram. Then when you try to connect on those social platforms, it turns out that they see the number of followers you have, and then they start to move differently afterwards. I feel like that in itself is problematic. The way some creators act based on follower count and all of that is really problematic. And also the fact that people judge you based off the perceived value that they can get from you. It makes it really hard as well to even make friends in this industry, because people are out there trying to see what they can get, and a lot of times it's just what they perceive, because there's no guarantee as to what you can actually get from someone. So I just wanted to make that clear, that I'm not saying that people should not have their own inner circle. I wanted to just point that out. There's so much to say that I'm not saying, but we move. Next thing is intentional learning and experimenting. I know this is a very dynamic industry. Things move pretty fast, trend changes every day, and you need to be out there learning, picking things all the time and seeing what will work. And at the same time, you also have to be experimenting. I know that. I've always known that. However, I didn't know that at some point you might have to reinvent the wheel. Even creators that are as big as Ali Abdal, sometimes I see some content that he puts out there and I'm like, bro, I know you're just experimenting at this point in time. There was a video I saw just a couple of hours ago, I think it was last night, that Ali Abdal posted. It had no thumbnail, and I know that that wasn't a mistake. It was strategic, because if you see the background of the actual video when you play it, there are things going on in the back. But the thumbnail is like just a blank canvas with him in the middle. That is not something that you find on Ali Abdal's channel normally. But this time around, it was being intentional about, and I know that it's just experimented. At the same time, for myself, I'm forced to try out new things all the time. I'm forced to have to see what is working, what does the audience like, read my analytics, see what other creators are doing as well, change things here and there. Otherwise, things will just get boring and your audience might just leave. So it's like, you're playing with the algorithm, you're playing a game of chance with the audience, you're also having to experiment and learn as you go. So it's a whole lot going on at the same time that honestly, I did not know that this was going to happen. I did not prepare for this at all. Next is to lean into other streams of income. Now, most content creators tend to make more money from brand partnership, they make money from ad revenue, they make money from selling their own products, affiliate marketing and all of that. And same thing for me. I just thought those are the only ways that I could possibly make money as well. However, at some point I started to try out other things, and it started making sense. Those ways were even more easy to make more money. It's like, why have I been sleeping this whole time? So I just realized that I did not mention the other ways that I leaned in to start making money, and it's not like I'm trying to gatekeep, so I wanted to add that here. So I started to do more speaking engagements this year, which is a very, very reliable stream of income that has been very consistent for me. So I really love that. I also started to do more one-on-one sessions with people where they ask me anything and pay me to book a consultation. That has really been good as well. Then affiliate partnerships. So in the past, I would wait for the brand to, you know, pay me upfront in order for me to make affiliate income, but now I started to find that okay, it's fine for me to actually just create content for my affiliate commissions only. And I started to do that this year, and it has been a mind-blowing experience. Like, I've made a lot of money from affiliate partnership, which is something that I didn't take seriously in previous years, as well as hosting paid workshops and trainings. That has really worked out fine. Yeah, it's a bit late, but I'm so glad that I started to try out other things to see if I could make money from doing that. So I wish I had known that I would have to maybe try one thing to make money this time and try something else and just keep moving around to lean into different streams of income and not being 100% or mostly dependent on brand partnerships. This is a mistake that a lot of creators actually do make by just being bent or being focusing all of their energy on trying to get brand collaboration. That is something that is not within your control. You have to look outside, try other things. Okay, this is something that I have also learned the hard way. Next is rejection. Ooh, I did not for the life of me prepare for this kind of rejection. I did not know I would have to say no a lot. Let me put it that way. I didn't know that I have to get used to saying no. This year I became more intentional with my rates and my pricing, and sometimes people will just offer you something that may be a little close, and you have to let them know, oh no, this is not my rate, this is what I'm expecting. So being firm and saying that no is very hard, especially for someone like me that is a people pleaser, a firstborn child. Yo, it is quite hard for me to like say something and insist and be firm on it. I recently got a brand that reached out to me offering me $5 for a YouTube video. And they were not even joking, they were very serious about it. I asked if this was a mistake, are you missing some zeros? They said no, like that was the rate, and the best they could do was $15 for 3 videos. That is literally below minimum wage. What are you saying? It takes a lot of hours to make videos. It takes a lot of, every single video you see out there on this channel takes at least 10 hours of work. Okay, video filming, editing, and all of that, and you're asking someone to take $5 from you. Be for real, that's less than 5,000 naira. That's crazy. A lot of times brands would also reach out to you to offer you gifting, they'll reach out to offer you affiliates and all of that, and sometimes you just have to be bent on saying no. So you have to be bent on saying, like, insisting on what you want and saying it again and again and again till you yourself start to believe it. At the same time, sometimes you reach out to brands and you don't even get a response back. It's like, ooh, I did not prepare for this kind of rejection. I did not know. But I know that, yeah, if you start pitching brands, obviously it's just like applying for jobs. It's like a game of numbers. You are not guaranteed of anything. However, just seeing some brands that they really shouldn't, if they reached out to you, you wouldn't even look at them twice, but because you are the one reaching out to them, it's giving them leverage and power to feel like they can do whatever they want. But anyway, it's part of the learning process. I did not prepare for that as well. I did not prepare for this rejection. I did not prepare for all of this. To add to what I've said, sometimes it's not that these brands are not offering enough money or that they are offering commission or gifted products. It's just that the brands actually do not align with my own brand, so sometimes I have to say no to that. A lot of times I wake up to emails, DMs, and all of that from brands that are looking to collaborate with me, but it's not all the time. I say quite a lot of no's to brands that reach out because they just don't fit into my audience type, or they don't fit into what I stand for as a person, and that's really problematic for me. I wouldn't want to promote a brand that, or a product that I personally would not be able to use. My audience trust and loyalty is very important to me, and I will not trade that for any currency. So even if the brand is offering good money, I have to say no if it's something that I don't stand for, and that in itself is really hard because I know if I want to do it, I can find a way to still talk about it and fit it into my content in some way. But if it's a brand that I do not actually stand for, if it's something that I don't trust as a person, then why should I shove that down the throat of my audience or my followers when they already trust me based off the things that I talk about. So that is very, very hard, and people do not talk about this enough. I'm not money chasing, I'm not paper chasing, and it's very important for me that whoever I work with or whichever brand that I stand for, they align with my own brand as a person. So this is also something that I did not prepare, that I'll have to say a lot of no's to. But then every single day, this job has been a fun and a jolly ride. I've been learning a lot, I've been meeting a lot of people, building my connections at the same time, and most importantly, offering value to my audience and building my own community. That is most important to me, and I'm really excited with the progress that I'm making every single day on this job. Hopefully by the next 1 year, when I say I'm 1 year as a content creator, I have more things to tell you about being a content creator. But that's it for now. Leave a comment below if you're a full-time content creator or you're doing this part-time. What are those things that you've learned from this journey? What is your experience so far? I would like to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.